to new heights. So let's break it down with some basics. Right here is a minor second, playing the notes E to F, just 1/2 step up from our root note E. This interval alone put the fear into millions of movie lovers from the 1970s and beyond, that being from the soundtrack of Jaws, of course. However, a major second is just as popular and recognisable, fills us with a celebration, joy and cheer, and an absolute bucket load of sugar. These simple steps are absolutely everywhere in music. Twinkle Twinkle, on the other hand, has been helping babies and parents go to sleep for decades, for the most part. This lullaby begins with a perfect fifth. Now maybe lullabies don't do it for you, but rock or pop music, that's what tickles your trout. Then the Knack's My Sharona is a perfect example of a catchy bass hook. This features a bouncing octave interval. Now that's all well and good, Chris, I hear you say, but how exactly do I read and write intervals? Well, later on in this video I'm going to be highlighting the 3 simple steps that will allow you to do this. But these only work if you follow each step in order. So let's get into the nitty-gritty and explore basic intervals in more detail. Picture yourself sitting at a piano. You strike one key that plays a low note and another key that plays a high note. It's like measuring the distance between 2 points, but by using sound. To understand how big or small the interval is, you count the steps or notes from the first one played, or the lowest note, to the second note. Once again, think of these like walking up a set of stairs. Now, question for you. Why are they called stairs indoors and steps outdoors? Now this is where things get even more interesting. We can have minor seconds, thirds and sixths, but today we'll just be focused on majors in relation to grades 1 and 2 music theory. Now we can divide intervals into 2 groups, melodic or harmonic. Melodic intervals are 2 notes that are played in order, for example in the use of a riff or a solo. Here we'll look at the degrees of the melodic intervals relating to the tonic note C, or first note. Remember to always count the tonic as note number 1. Now playing the C twice is called a unison, which is the same musical pitch. A full octave can also be written as 8 with the letters B and E which follows, or you could say an Ave. Harmonic intervals are notes that are played together, for example like the use of chords. These tend to sound a lot fuller compared to melodic intervals, as you're playing 2 or more notes at the same time. Now whether you're playing notes in sequence or together, intervals help you identify pitch and measure how notes relate to each other in the world of music. Okay, so now that you're confident, it's time for you to test your newfound skills by answering a set of 4 simple questions based around basic intervals. As I mentioned earlier, and being a man of my word, we now have a simple 3-step approach to intervals, which will take your knowledge to the next level. Step number 1, always identify the lowest notes. In this case, we're using a middle C. count this note as number 1. Always start counting the lower notes no matter what order you play them. Really important. Step number 2. Identify the high notes and then name it. Go back to your lower notes and then count how many steps there are from the low notes, being 1, to the higher notes. In this example, we have 5 steps, which means this is known as a perfect fifth. Step number 3. Now it's important to remember we're working with the grades 1 and 2, as I mentioned before. This is crucial for anyone that's preparing for an exam or preparing to study for an exam. Once again, minor, augmented and diminished intervals will not be covered in this tutorial, but will be available in a future video. However, the half steps of B to C and E to F, which features no back keys on a keyboard in between, can still affect your results. Always triple check your answer, especially where these keys or notes are actually featured, and count manually to avoid any mistakes. Practicing intervals on an instrument can be really helpful. Now you might annoy your parents, your spouse or your roommates by playing the Jaws theme tune over and over, but then again you might also impress them with your newfound skills. Intervals aren't just technical, they evoke a lot of emotion where music's concerned. A minor third might bring a tear to your eye, as within Georgia on My Mind by the legendary Ray Charles, while a perfect fifth in Coldplay's Clocks might lift your spirits. Now it's your turn. Pick a song, any song, maybe Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb, or might be the jazz sound of Norah Jones, Don't Know Why. Take a look at the sheet music online, see where you can identify the intervals, listen to the song, how does it make you feel as you go along, and more importantly, make sure to share your findings in the comments.